Alright, the level 25 Thaumaturge quest is called the Hidden Chapter. What the heck was that? Chapter. Given to us by Cocobusi, or Bigo, however you want to pronounce it. It's Coco and then Bravo YGO. Cocobusi? I don't know. We're in the Thaumaturge's Guild in Ul'dah, and here we go. Ah, Mercy, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Cocobusi told us about that dreadful business with Cocobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Cocobusi is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty? I'll do just that. I'll do my best. Mercy, long have I agonized over Cocobusi's plight and the measures I might take to extricate him from it, says Cocobusi. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched voidsent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. I'll do just that. Yeah, I do believe in that one expansion, this gal becomes the gal, if you know what I'm saying. If you don't know what I'm saying, that's fine too. Cool. I'll teleport. 280 gil with I think my free company has one of those effects that aids that. Makes it cheaper. Pegasus. Oh, I was supposed to do information gathering. So there's a smirking void math here in a white robes. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of El to annihilate the soul of this especially potent voidsent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. With a Lalafell dude. This one up here. It's nice being able to, having all these teleports already, being able to fly. It's a beautiful thing when doing this stuff. And I'm sorry if you're newish and having to run, but we were all there. A twitching void math, a human, just kind of taller, humanish size, white robes, staff. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the voidsent. Here's the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Book page thingy, part number 2. The third one might be in the building. Sorry, dragon coming through. Don't worry about it. Don't mind me on the dragon in your building, in your infirmary. We're all good. Okay, buildings are empty of this guy so far. Or gal, obviously. Not gonna be in the barracks. That wouldn't make sense. Here we go. In this, it looks kind of like a wine bar. Got some casks and bottles. And a flustered void math who we'll talk to. You wish to learn a Mormo right this instant? But we've barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the voidsent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter. Let's see, because I do this sometimes. Let's see if it's actually readable. Oh, I was supposed to make these into... Wait, not the pants. I forgot why I did this. Oh, is it... Oh, those are waiting for my blue. That's right. Okay, so yeah, those are for my blue. My blue's level 7, so not quite to 8 yet. That's what I was gonna do. Let's see if I can read those. Nope. Can't do anything with them. Okay. Back to the guild we go. I think Cocobuki's are turning, yeah, so the most efficient path was heading to the right. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? I don't know why I decided one day to make his voice kind of raspy like that. It's like, because he's got the bandage over one eye, and he's got the darker robes than his brothers, and I don't know. So he's got this mysterious rasp. Cutscene. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Silde depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful Voidson, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. Seductress. There we go. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous Voidson, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host should be a swift and decisive demise. This explains Mormo's fixation on thaumaturgicide. Cocobusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened Voidson, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Cocobusi. I shall be along momentarily. I don't believe you. I think you're gonna go try to take his place, because she's attracted to a lot of ether, and you certainly have that. I don't know. I try not to say my guesses out loud at what's gonna happen, because it's not as fun for people who don't know, and I don't know. Yes, I have a black mage level 60, but I just skipped over all this crap. I just wanted to be fast. I wanted to level up fast. Here we go. I talked to Cocobusi to continue. This is a work devoted to studying that nasty Voidson. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. And over the Book of Mormo. I wonder if they're kind of going with a Book of Mormon thing there, but I don't know. Oh, Cocobusi didn't run off. Oh, Cocobusi, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Cocobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as her eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats? Of eliminating the risks? Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle? Says Cocobusi. With each passing moment, Mormo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Cocobusi, while the Voidson is yet feeble, says Cocobusi. Again, I don't remember what voices I have for all 5 of the brothers, so deal with it. I share that self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon, says Cocobusi, sitting atop the desk thing. Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return for releasing Cocobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the Voidsent the chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics, says Cocobusi. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry, and the newly enlivened Voidsent, she will then face the combined wrath of Mercy and 4 guildmasters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we held no advantage. If you haven't noticed yet, Cocoboha likes doing alliteration. I can't remember if alliteration is just the beginning of the word, if it's a consonant, but it's called assonance if it's a vowel. Hold on. That's the wrong side. I want to do... I don't have a thing open. Oops. Hold on, you're going to hear something weird. Okay. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. I thought it had to be... Okay, so what's assonance? Is that like vowel sounds within a word, but not at the beginning? In poetry, the repetition of the sound of a vowel or diphthong in non-rhyming stressed syllables near enough to each other for the echo to be discernible. Penitence, reticence. The use of assonance throughout the poem creates a sound of despair. Alliterative assonances such as fail and fall are very common in Old English poetry. Those aren't very good, what's the word? Examples, but whatever. Okay, cool. Back to it. Sorry. But yeah, Cocoboha likes to do, I think it's alliteration. I don't see a lot of assonance. Always avoided adversaries against, that's A, whom we held no advantage. Another A. Prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency. I like him. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance, and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learned the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Mercy, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Mercy, when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? Says Bigo. The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Mercy, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed hall of Thal's Respite. That's way up there. It's in Eastern Thanalin, in this little circle area. You can only get to via... we'll see in a second. But damn. I wonder... I can fly. So Camp Dry... We're going to go back to Camp Drybone and fly. But the last time I did this, I believe I was like, I'm not going to get... And you can just go from the South Shroud. The South Shroud connects directly to Eastern Thanalin. And, I mean, I started... Actually, I don't know. My Black Mage character was probably started in Ul'dah, so I didn't have all of this explored yet. But anyway, I digress. So Drybone, fly up, and then northeast. We'll just call it northeast. It's pretty northeast. If you're running along this bridge. This bridge does story quests. I remember it very well. I feel like there's another job quest that like ends right here in a battle against someone. Have I done one of those? It wasn't... It could have been Sage. No, it wasn't Sage. That's dumb. Don't be dumb, Riley. It could have been... No, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you can just keep... You just keep going along this pathway. I don't know. I don't know. Oh shoot, do we have any... We're in East Vanillin, right? Furbles? The Welwick Wood? I don't see any woods here. Oh, it's right down there. Okay. Huh, maybe I'll find them after. But yeah, okay, it's a tunnel. Looks like it's made by people for mining, possibly. Oh no, okay, there's a temple here. Cool. That we had that statue in the Thaumaturge's Guild that was this humanoid figure holding a sword, like point down, like a very curvy sword, like a snake even, holding it by the hilt, like there's like those horizontal parts on the hilt that are holding it by, robed figure. And this will make us fight something. So we'll talk to Cocobusi to continue and fight. I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I am confident that, with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. It's capped at 29. I'm 25. Would I have an easier time of it at 29? Yeah, probably. But I think I've got gear. There's no escape from this abyss. Okay, let's see. Because why not? We got 2 bats called Void Heralds. One of the brothers said, try to keep the blood inside your body. Let me get... Which one's not asleep? Is my sleep AoE? Since freaking when? Oh shoot, I need to look at it. My sleep is AoE. I know. Did everybody else know? For 3 bats. Catch your breath while you can. The next threat is at hand. The rift into the void ever widens. The dross of the abyss takes shape. Destroy them swiftly, lest they punish you or something else. But there's like slugs, like black slugs, basically. What is that? I'm just gonna keep hitting them with Blizzard. It's doing plenty of damage to kill them. They just kind of spawn one at a time. I'm not worrying about any rotation for damage since they die in one hit. My mana full, the health bar full. Here we got a couple bats again. I think they're 2 spread out. So... I don't know, I picked something both. Okay. Once again, you defy the void. The final nightmare approaches. It's a big old wasp thing. The jagged gate is open and so on. The Lord of the Flies cometh. He has a line attack. Get out of the way. It's very fond of line attack. I don't even think it's hitting me in any other fashion. It's just he'll fly there, he'll do line attack, hover there, line attack, that's it. Just teaching this blackness new thaumaturge to move. It's got a circle attack too. The area of effect is tiny. And he's down. Big wasp. 2 double stingers at the end. Cutscene. Tremble. I cannot stop shaking, but I think this may actually be excitement, says Baigo. Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Cocobusi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies, says Bonnie. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live, says Bezzy. Baja's sat on the ground, as I think Baja's also the one that sits on the desk. He just likes to sit. What a wonder Mercy was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with a fury. Yep, definitely the same guy. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm, together. Thank you, Mercy. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. Ground she's moving under me. Ground she's moving under me. Tidal waves out on the sea. I'm just gonna check for, like, we're in the area within this area that these specific monsters are supposed to be, that are on my hunting log. And if you didn't know, if you haven't seen it, they have a symbol over their heads, so very obvious. Here we go. They're little sheep? Nope, they're little, they're called furbles. They are, in this zone they are basically kind of fluff balls. With ears. Almost like a bunny with too much fluff. That's 1 out of 4. I don't know why Pegasus won't see that thunder attack as like and go. Oh, that, okay, he does. She. Decided to really matter. Good bird. Cool. So that's 1 hunting log thingy done. Oh, I need 1 more? I thought that was. Am I weird? That was 4, right? Done? I'd be done. Ladies and gentlemen, you might be dumb if you counted to 4 when you only got 3. And then, don't be daunted. Okay, so those guys show up as Thaumaturge 27. They were only level 25. So don't be daunted by those numbers if you think that you're not at the right level yet to fight something. Especially if you have, well, your Chocobo companion helps a lot. Not gonna lie. But, gear, knowing how their job works. Oddly enough, I was still able to put thunder on sleeping enemies. And it may have been a bug in that one battle that I did, but damage over time should wake things up. I'll have to test it. I haven't actually tested it since then, but I will have to do that. And we have Cocobusi to talk to turn this in. What a formidable team you all shall make. Cocobigo, Cocobani, Cocobezzy, Cocoboha, Mercy. Even Mormo must weather before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage the Void Scent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is a beacon to us all. Alright. So, hands are a good spot to upgrade, feet are a good spot to upgrade. Do I have those as options? I have both. Okay. The main things are going to be Intelligence 3, Direct Hit 4. Okay. I gain 1 Intelligence and I go Direct Hit instead of Spell Speed. Wait, what? These Spectacles are better than what I have? intelligence 2. Alright, sorry. Feet 3, indirect hit rate 4. What about vitality? I think it's gonna get a better, better bump overall for the feet. A little bit more hit points as well. Okay. And then we get a staff we won't be able to use until next level. Here we go. So I can put on the feet. No, I can't. Okay, those are next level. This is next level. I don't know why this one has the red X. This one has a blue X, but they're both not wearable. This is the weirdest thing. Okay, anyway, I've never seen that before when they're both basically... Maybe the red X is because that it's only for one class that's not leveled up yet? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I will see you soon for... Gosh, I don't even know what I'm going to do next. I might do story. I might switch over to story just because I'm in the mood to make videos and none of my other jobs are at a level. Blue Mage is 3 away, which I'll hit really quickly, and then I can do a video for that. Rogue is 4 away, which will be a little bit slower. I gained... Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.